From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Hi, I am Ariana Psarakos, and this is a WUFT News Update.
And I'm Richard Mason. Thank you for joining us.
Walkouts were held at schools across the country, with students and teachers calling for action against gun violence. On Tuesday, the Texas American Federation of Teachers marched to the office of Senator Ted Cruz to demand action after calling the senator's response to the Uvalde school shooting abominable. Cruz has stressed school security measures. Texas AFT wants him to consider gun regulation. The teachers were able to hand a signed letter on gun reform to one of Cruz's staffers.
It marks the official start of the Atlantic hurricane season. On the Pacific side, where the season starts May 15th, the first hurricane has already hit Mexico. There's concern that some remnants of Agatha, the drift into the Gulf Coast, become part of a tropical storm Alex. One model suggests if Alex forms off the Yucatan, it could drift toward Cuba, the Florida Keys, and the Bahamas.
AAA's worried high gas prices could make Floridians more reluctant to evacuate this hurricane season.
A recent survey found 42% may be reluctant to leave because of concern over pets and the cost of gas and hotels. Gas prices set another record today, jumping 5 cents per gallon. AAA says fuel prices are likely to remain high throughout the summer.
A Florida man died from an alligator attack at a park in Largo near St. Pete. Taylor Park has a popular disc golf course, and 2 years ago that led to a player getting bit in the face while trying to retrieve a disc. There are reports that yesterday's victim was a homeless man looking for lost discs to resell. Taylor Lake has a number of signs warning people not to swim and be aware of the alligators. The Gainesville Police Department is getting ready to enforce a new state law regarding car radio noise. The law prohibits drivers near churches, schools, or hospitals from playing amplified sound that's plainly audible from 25 feet away. The original 2007 law was ruled unconstitutional in 2012 as a restriction on free expression. The law has now been amended, but still contains some unclear language and may take some time to get used to.
I think a lot of this here in the Gainesville community is going to be effective once people learn about the law, once they, GPD and I'm sure other law enforcement agencies start reminding drivers, especially when they're going through neighborhoods, apartment complexes where students are, reminding them, hey, you can't just play your stereo as loud as you want to. I'm fairly certain people are going to obey the law and the spirit of it and turn it down, and this really won't be an issue in the weeks and months ahead.
The noise limit does not apply to emergency vehicles or other warning devices when necessary for business. A developing story. The jury comes back in favor of Johnny Depp in the battle of libel suits with ex-wife Amber Heard. Depp's lawyers were seeking $50 million for Heard's op-ed describing herself as a victim of domestic abuse. The jury found that those claims met the legal standard of defamation, and the jury approved a judgment of $15 million against Heard. The judge later said a statute applies which will reduce the amount by several million. Amber Heard had countersued for $100 million. The jury granted her $2 million for one statement made by Depp's lawyer. Afterward, Depp released a statement saying the jury gave me my life back.
Reports show Apple is working on its own virtual reality headset, and a popular video game company may get bought out.
WUFT's Jacob Sedesi tells us more in his Consumer and Technology Report.
Welcome to WUFT's Tech Tomorrow. I'm your host, Jacob Sedesi. Another game developer is getting eaten up by a bigger company. The target this time? Electronic Arts, creators of the Madden NFL games, Battlefield, and more. A new paywalled report by Puck indicates the company's CEO has discussed an acquisition with Apple, Disney, NBC Universal, and more. This interest comes after Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard King, the creators of Call of Duty and Candy Crush. Whatever happens to EA, I just hope their new owner gives them the funding to make more great games. Maybe another Mirror's Edge? Moving on, insiders have dropped new information about Apple's long-rumored virtual reality headset. Bloomberg reports that Apple demonstrated its headset to board members 2 weeks ago and is now working on its software, dubbed ROS. The headset has long been rumored to feature a high-end slate of features with a high-end price tag to match. One report from the information indicates the headset will use 14 cameras to accurately show the wearer and their expressions in the virtual world. How cool is that? Now, Apple hasn't confirmed anything just yet, but as soon as they do, you'll hear about it right here on Tech Tomorrow. In fact, I'll be providing special coverage of Apple's WWDC press conference next week. For WUFT's Tech Tomorrow, I'm Jacob Sidesi. See you next time.
As the summer season approaches, pools are beginning to open and swimming safety is encouraged.
Drowning is the leading cause of death among those on the autism spectrum, according to the National Autism Association. Erica Kemp, a pediatric occupational therapist, has created a specialized one-on-one adaptive swim program in Ohio that teaches children on the autism spectrum the basics of swimming.
When you talk to a lot of these families, they can't seem to always find a swim instructor that will work with their child or that understands their unique needs. Therefore, they're not getting instruction.
Her program allows the instructor to customize skills for each child, as every child has different needs. Kemp says lessons go beyond swimming to working independently and following directions in an unusual environment.
Well, thanks for keeping up with WFT News on Facebook. I'm Richard Mason.
And I am Ariana Psarakos. That's our time for now, but your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org.